Sandler rule number 32. For everything you do, get an IOU. Now this is actually one of my favourite rules, and the reason for that is because it speaks to the fact that in order to do what we do and do it well as trusted advisors, we should have equal business stature with our clients and with our prospects. You know, you have rights, and it's only fair that on occasion you assert those rights in a nice way, in a nurturingly assertive way. But being assertive is not the same as being aggressive. You can plant your feet and do so ethically. So what does that even mean? Well, in a service-led world, it's our natural inclination to be helpful. You know, and as trusted advisors, it's our natural inclination to be helpful. I had a prospect once who said that the way that they dealt with their clients and their prospects was quite simply this: the answer is yes. Now, what's the question? And they were proud of that because they liked to be helpful. The problem was there was no quid pro quo. Their clients and their prospects didn't actually appreciate what it was they were doing for them. And because of that, they found that they were being the proverbial doormat. They were getting walked all over. And in fact, they were doing an awful lot and getting very little in return. Sometimes they weren't even landing sales that they should have landed. So let me give you an example of what that might even look like. You get a call out of the blue for somebody who wants a quote or a proposal from you. And you think, well, okay, I can do that. I can put together a quote. That's no problem at all. I do this stuff all the time. The problem is that in order to put together a quote or a proposal, you have to invest your time, your effort, and maybe even some of your own intellectual property. Now, are you getting anything for that? What's the commitment from the other side? It's not wrong for you to turn around to this prospect and say, Mrs. Prospect, thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate your interest in what it is that we do. Help me to understand, if I was to put this proposal together for you, and I'm very happy to do that, what are the next steps? What does that look like? That's not a bad question to ask. You might even go so far as to say, often when somebody calls me out of the blue and asks me for a quotation, and this might not be the case with you, but often what I'm finding is that it's for one of a couple of different reasons. It might be that they've got an incumbent supplier and they just want to keep that supplier honest by going out into the market and sense checking that they're with the right people. Other times it might be that they have got a number of different quotes and they're just looking for another one to be able to add into what's effectively a tender process. Is either of those things happening with you? Again, it's not the wrong thing to ask. In fact, it's perfectly legitimate. You're going to be investing your time, you're going to be investing your effort, and you're going to be investing potentially some of your intellectual property. What are you getting for that investment? For everything you do, get an IOU.